This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and 13. There have no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity. Presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice. We who are ready to live, salute you. All right. And I just want to go into this lesson. And in doing so, I want to avoid sounding like a know-it-all, or as if, like Paul said, not though as I've apprehended. All right. Really want to avoid sounding like a motherfucker who has it figured out. You know what I'm saying? Or like I'm lecturing, in this lesson. Excuse me, I've just been a little short of breath after lately. But we're all a work in progress. All right. And we're all learning that it's best to be honest with ourselves, all right, about our shortcomings and the things that could cause us to fall. All right. And really addressing, those things. I was watching the lesson that Elder, I think there was a class with Elder Yashawamba. He kind of went into that, how the Lord is like really causing us to address these things before he returns. And it kind of feels like the walls are closing in, slowly, like the walls are closing in. That's because there's less and less wiggle room, all right. There's less and less wiggle room, as these days close, as the time of the Lord approaches. It's kind of like being in the we're fighting a mirror match, so to speak. All right. And we have to be our own coaches, spiritually. We have to really critique ourselves. What the scripture says, let me grab this one. If we, right, right. Let me read up a little bit. 1 Corinthians 11 and right, 1 Corinthians 11:31. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged, right? If we're on our own head about something, then that lessens the blow or chance that we have to be corrected in that area, because we're already correcting it, But when we are judged, we are chastened of Yahweh, that we should not be condemned with the world. You understand? So these things that the Lord sends in our life to buffet us, if we are the elect, all things work to the good, man, to them that are in Hamashiach Yahushua. It can do nothing but help us grow. Hell, even in the world, they gotta say that, saying that don't kill you, make you stronger, right? But in the truth, we die daily, constantly, you know, killing off the old man, and also um, making sure that we're not cultivating environments where that old man can grow and spring up again as well. You know what I mean? you know, making sure we're not doing the things that led to that affecting us or becoming one of our traits. Because they say, I was saying those actions, thoughts. Your thoughts turn to actions. After a while, those actions become pretty much who you are. And the scriptures talk about having a good name. So we want to guard our heart. As scripture says, guard thy heart with all diligence, roughly paraphrasing. If we're guarding our heart, you know, we're lessening areas where that old man could grow, all right, where that old man could spring back up, and where these thoughts can become actions, all right, because they're checked and uprooted at uh, in the beginning to the point where they don't become actions. And if they have grown to the point where they become actions, it's on us to see that. And also the beauty of having a brotherhood, scripture says one seemeth first in his own cause, but then his neighbor come and searcheth him. All right. So the Lord could also send other men to come and point that out to you if you can't see it. All right. And these are, what you would call growing pains, because, it's the pain of growth, man. All right. It's the pain of growth because, rebuke, chastisement. Like I read it, so we not condemned with the world, Lord willing, we be of that elect number. If we be of the elect, then we're being chastened to salvation, whereas many will be chastened to destruction. But just really reflecting on addressing, the things that make up all, because we all pretty much. I'm thinking about this movie called Hellraisers now. All right, you had this guy Pinhead. He's like, he is in his own hell. Well, the fact of the matter is, we all are in our own hell, in a way. All right, we're in our own hell, tailor made for us, But and the Lord's calling us to speak truth to our neighbors, and if we're doing that, then we're being real, man. We got to be real with ourselves in order to be real. Period, man. So we can speak the truth to our neighbors. If we lying to ourselves, then shit, there's no way we're gonna be speaking the truth to our neighbor. You know, speaking the truth to our neighbor starts with us, being truthful with ourselves. All right, which is not easy to do, especially in a world where people, like to throw on the blinders and the VR goggles, create a motherfucking astro plane that don't exist, where they can just be a worse piece of shit than they already are, man. You know, and I say it a lot. It really all goes back to being like Yahweh Shai, man. It really just goes back to, do you want to be like Yahweh Shai, man? Do you look at him as the standard, or do you have some other worldly standard that you want to emulate? You know, but that's gonna come with us being buffeted. We're gonna have to drink of the same cup he drank of. We're gonna have to deal with the humiliation of what we've done, what we do, you know, what makes us up, all right, down here, you know, and being honest and truthful, you know, with ourselves, and then speaking the truth to our neighbors, man. You know, it starts with us on this road to being what Yahweh Shai is, which is perfection. You know, Yahweh Shai is the only one who's ever achieved it. You know, so we would do well to emulate that to the best of our abilities. And just be real and honest with ourselves. You know, what our shortcomings are, and just know it's not gonna be easy. It's a painful road, and hey, but we could do all things with Yahweh Shai who strengthen us, man. He brought us this far, man. Hey, why start down now, man? When it's just getting good, the movie's just getting good. You want to get up and walk out the theater? You know, it's better than that movie. Shit, just Sinners, which that was a damn good movie, by the way. Probably the best movie I've ever seen. That I think about it, but side note. But yeah, man, it's a little lesson I wanted to do, you know, just growing pains. We're all growing up. We're all gonna experience loss. We're all gonna experience humility. All right. We all gotta be transparent. We all have the burden of truth, man. You know. It's not easy. It's not gonna get easier at all, you know. So with that, I hope this was edifying, and shalom.